I walk in they smoke and keep it real. I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real life. How the fuck I've been a street for so long? Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one, family. That's what we need right now. We're gonna give it a few minutes to see if any brews come up in here. Y'all, I got a bomb to drop on y'all tonight. And you know, I don't have a typical set schedule of when I come on here. I come on here when it's time to come on here, whenever that might be. This is definitely time to come on here, y'all. Be pulling up to the Garden of Eden. Something that most people don't want to do. Hit the like button on your way in the door, Hebrew. We pulling up to the Garden of Eden. We questioning everything. We don't do that surface dwelling stuff around here, Hebrews. And also, before we get into the main topic, which is what I had to come show y'all, because y'all not gonna believe what I'm about to show y'all in Genesis, y'all. You're not gonna believe it. And guess what we reading out of? Guess what we reading out of? Y'all not gonna believe this, y'all. You ain't gonna believe this. Okay? We reading out of the Yahweh Bible. Family. I can't make this up. I'm getting ready to blow somebody's mind out there. The book of Yahweh. They scrubbed this name out of the Old Testament thousands of times, family. It was in there. But these Gentiles, they took it out. Okay? That's why we got to question everything, y'all. And when I read to y'all, what I'm about to read y'all tonight, out of this Yahweh Bible, y'all gonna say, wow, we truly have been deceived. No wonder we can't get along or agree on anything. Y'all, this is gonna blow your mind. It blew my mind. My mind is, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around what I read in this Yahweh Bible. Family, as you come through the door, hit the like button, Hebrew. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to the channel, okay? And I'm telling you right now, if you do watch these videos, if you do subscribe to this channel, if they see you commenting on my videos, just be prepared because you could be attacked, okay? Clearly, there's a lot going on this channel, right? And a lot of people, they don't agree with it. Most people don't agree with what's going on over here at this channel. I'm gonna talk about it, okay? You think I didn't know Hebrews was gonna have a fit when I went live, when we went live, and you guys saw it was a Most High only gathering, but you saw one of the women there. She didn't look like a Negro, and that has sent Israel. It sent Israel over the cliff. Some of you guys out there, if you could, you would stone me. If you could, you would claim that I'm committing all kind of blasphemy. Family, we're going to give it a couple of more minutes to see if any brews come on up in here. But I have to address this, family. And whether you guys understand this or not, I hope that you do, okay? Some things take time to understand, family. I'm just going to tell y'all that. Sometimes you'll get it, sometimes you won't. The Most High doesn't want you to get it, you won't get it. You'll just say we're wicked, you'll say I'm wicked, you'll say everybody is wicked. King David, says Tav X, just finished my workout, ending it with a 30-minute cardio incline. That's right. I see you, King David. Shout out to you, brother, for putting that work in out there. A man of the Most High, okay? And you on your game out here. You be in them scriptures, you getting your workout on, trying to be healthier. That's what it's all about, King David. Shout out to you, King David. Always a pleasure to see you. May the Most High God bless you abundantly and your family. Wherever you go, whatever you do, may the Most High smile upon you. Any of you Hebrew Israelites out there, I don't care where you are at. Maybe North America, Central America, South America, Africa, Russia, Europe, China, Asia. Family, we know that we've been scattered into all nations, but sometimes when it's actually time to put these practices and beliefs that we have into action, we get frazzled and we get afraid. And not only just afraid, sometimes we actually think it's wicked when it's time to put these practices in motion. That's why so many of you guys, not all of you, but a number of you are very upset that I'm not viciously attacking Melissa Israel. And I'm going to speak on that. I'm going to speak on that, family. And why am I speaking on that? Because that's what you guys have been talking about on the video that we made. Me, her, Yahweh Lives, Sister Kira. We made a video called Yah Only Gathering. Y'all guys, when we say Yah, you know we mean Yah, Yahweh, the Most High, the Mighty One of Jacob. I mean, y'all know who we talking about. We're talking about the Creator, the Most High. And that was a Most High only gathering. I still can't believe that went down. But a lot of people are saying, how could you? This isn't right. Melissa Israel is not an Israelite. Now, this is what I want to say to you guys out there. Before you guys stone me and put me to death, can you allow me to say anything? Or are the majority of our people so fixated with blood that you want to kill me spiritually? Because I won't attack Melissa Israel, because I won't shun her, because I won't maybe cuss her out and call her a dog and say all these things, right? Listen, family, do I understand? Yes, I do, okay? I understand the hesitancy, family. I'm not telling you to believe me. I'm not telling you to believe her. What I always tell you guys, don't believe me. I tell you guys not to believe anybody. You know who I tell you guys to believe? This is who I tell you guys to believe. This is who I tell you guys to believe. Okay? And I tell you not to be a surface dweller. You got to dig deep. Yahweh hides himself and he hides information. In Hebrews, nobody got more smoke for the nations than me. I don't know, maybe some of you just popping up recently on this channel, but I assure you, nobody got more smoke for the nations than me, okay? Look, we're going to give it maybe like 3 or 4 minutes before we start cutting into this. But why am I talking about this? Because I felt the rage, okay? Let me read this comment. King David says, facts, we can't go by skin. The Most High know who Hebrew or not. When I was born, I was white for the longest, and they swear up in my own mom cheated. Now I'm dark chocolate, look like my dad. We come in all shades. Hey, King David, say it again, King David. But you know what? You better be careful, King David, because now they're going to say that you're wicked, King David. Family, we have got to stop this dwelling on the surface. That's what we've been doing, family, dwelling on the surface, and that's a big reason why we think the Most High wants us to sacrifice animals to be forgiven for sin. We're not talking about that right now. I'm using that to let you guys know, family, we've been taken way off base, okay? Understand this, family. And I know somebody's going to say I'm wicked for what I'm about to say, right? Because most people get triggered when we see something that goes against what we've been taught. Not all of us, but the majority of us, family, we get triggered, okay? And I'm telling you, many Israelites who watch these videos, who watch this channel, lots of them were triggered when they saw Melissa Israel at that Yah Only gathering. You guys were completely triggered, right? And if anybody goes to that video, it's called Yah Only Gathering, you will see some comments, right? But check this out. We're the nation of Israel. J.R. Meadows says, wheat versus tares 100, period. Blood pressure. The blood pressure is rising, family, of all the nations, including Israel. And family, King David says, you know me, I don't talk, I can show with pictures, and my mom dark as hell, and my dad and my baby sister, she 8 and she Melissa color. How about that? How about that? But I'm telling you, you know what's so crazy though? I know how so-called Negroes are. I know how so-called Israelites are. You guys are going to say King David is wicked for saying that. You guys are saying I'm wicked. You guys are trying to make it as if I'm evil because I won't viciously attack Melissa Israel. And look, let me say this, family. You notice anybody who made a comment on that video, y'all only gathering, whether it's a woman or a man, you brothers or sisters, you guys who made those comments, you notice that I did not attack any of you guys. And look, and I have to say this about you guys. I applaud you, brothers and sisters, even though you guys made those comments. I didn't see any name calling. I didn't see any personal attacks. And I applaud you guys for that. And I respect you guys because we all have to search things out for ourselves. And I know that there are some Hebrews who have a malicious spirit in what they're doing when they're doing stuff like that. But I also know that there are other Hebrews who are making those kind of comments, but it's not actually in a malicious spirit. Some Hebrews just have not gotten the update yet, family. We've all been deceived, family, and that's why we're gonna pull up on this Garden of Eden. J.R. Meadows says, "It's no point to address negativity." I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother J.R. Meadows. And normally, I let a lot of negativity, as they call it, I let a lot of that go. But here's why I got to talk about this a little bit, right? Because I know that most of our people, including me at one time, family, I was the same exact way. I didn't understand. In my mind, because of what we had been taught, if somebody were going to claim that they were Israelite, they had to look just like me. If they didn't look just like me, I'm like, man, that nigga ain't no Israelite, he lying. How do I know that? Because he don't look just like me. That's how I know. And that has been drilled into us, family. We're all thinking, believe it or not, there's some Israelites out there who believe if you ain't as black as this shirt right here, if you ain't as black as this Yah only shirt, that's right. Shout out to the Yah. Hey, shout out to the Hebrew Israelite women, y'all. It ain't nothing like a Hebrew Israelite woman who wants to chase after the Most High God and Him alone. No Batman and Robin, no idolatry, no sidekicks. Check this out, y'all. Family, I gotta say this again. Most Hebrew Israelites, they only dwell on the surface because that's what we're taught. That's where we get this, don't look over here, don't look over there, don't look at the signs, don't read this, don't read that. The whole entire planet wants to wrap you up, tie you up, even your eyes, and keep you locked into one confined space, the space that they created for you. Any attempt of anybody to break out of that, you're going to be called wicked. Understand that. So anybody out there, this is why I'm bringing this out, y'all. We're in the end times. It's all about the house of Israel, the seed of Israel. Seed is sperm, y'all. We got to talk like this so people understand. Seed is sperm, blood, a bloodline. The nation of Israel is a bloodline. Family, it might be a shock to some of you guys, but not every single Israelite is going to look like a nigga, or a Negro, or African American, or a Jamaican, or a Haitian. Family, I know this may come as a shock to some of you out there. And you might think I'm making this up. No, I'm not. That's not what we're here to talk about tonight, but I have to just tap on this a little bit because guess what, family? Why am I tapping on this? I would hate for myself or any of you to not treat a real Hebrew Israelite like you should treat him. I would hate for you not to treat him like a real Hebrew Israelite because you're looking at the outside and they look like anything but a Hebrew Israelite. So you say, oh, well, I don't have to treat them like a Hebrew Israelite because they're not an Israelite. And you're basing that solely on skin color. What if you're wrong? That's what you got to ask yourself, Hebrew. What if you're wrong? And because you based it on skin color, And I know people want to put me to death for saying this, but I got to say this. Some of our brothers and sisters might even look like Bruce Lee. Now understand this, Hebrews, because I know some know-it-all Hebrews going to say, see, there he goes. He's leading us astray. He's saying that Asian people are the Hebrews. No, I'm not. Everybody, this is something that all Hebrews know. The Hebrews, we talking generally, for the most part, usually, okay? Most of the times the Hebrews are Negroes. They're black, okay? But you guys know there's always an exception to the rule. You can't show me anything where there ain't an exception to the rule. Guess what? Even when it comes to the so-called commandments, the Most High knew we would break the commandments. So guess what? He had protocols to get you back in line after you break the commandments. There's protocols. You got to repent. You got to fall back in line. It's all about the seed of Israel. The Most High wants the seed of Jacob back, and he's going to get it back, whether that seed looks like me, whether that seed looks like LeBron James or Jackie Chan. Believe it or not, family, when it says we scattered into all nations, we're scattered into all nations. And check this out. Most of the time, Hebrews, the deeper you get into captivity, you don't even know you're in captivity. You're walking around thinking that you're something else. What else? I don't know. We call ourselves all kind of names in captivity. We call ourselves whatever the nations name us. The nations made up all these fictitious names. But the real names of the nations, you can find them in the Old Testament. That's why they don't want you reading. We mixed in with all nations, whether that was being raped, whether that was voluntarily forming allegiances with the other nations, whether that was being in captivity for hundreds of years, having no idea you're an Israelite. So you don't even see no problem with mixing with the other nations. So guess what? That means your sperm, your seed went out into the nations, not just your physical body, your sperm went out, your seed went out. So guess what? Even if that seed looks different than when it first went out, as long as that seed is still in that body, as long as that Israelite bloodline is still in that body, it doesn't matter what the outside looks like. And I know that's a very painful thing to the majority of Hebrews. Hebrew, I've been there. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to take the chance of being wrong and not treating a person who, out of their own mouth, they say they're Hebrew. Anybody who's saying they're a Hebrew Israelite, we know some cases it's just impossible. And when we feel that, we don't buck against that. I'm not telling you guys to believe me at all. I'm not telling you to believe anybody. I'm telling you to do your own due diligence and forget all that surface crap. Dig deep, because Yahweh hides himself and he hides information as well. These are the end times. The Most High is calling back the seed, the sperm. Even though, think about how many generations of our people never heard of an Israelite. That doesn't change the fact that they're Israelites. They was out here mixing with the nations, had seeds and went into other nations. As long as they didn't completely abolish the seeds, I would have to say, I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I would imagine after so many times, X amount of times, if you never come back into the Israelite pool gene, then your seed at some point will just become done away with. At some point. Exactly what point, I can't look in your veins and tell, but I know the Most High can, the angels can. The Most High knows who's his. So family, don't be so quick to try to run somebody off because they don't look like the nigga next door. You don't have to believe me, okay? But just what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong about Melissa Israel? And I know some Hebrew out there going to say, well, Mr. Real Talk, what if you're wrong? Check this out. I'm going to play your game. Let's say I am wrong. What sin have I committed? What law have I broken? I haven't broken the commandments. You guys might not like it, but I have not sinned because I haven't viciously attacked Melissa Israel. And because we got other brothers and sisters out there who might be popping up. I would hate to run off an Israelite because he looks like Bruce Lee. He looks like what a lot of us would call a Moabite. I would hate to run him or her off. And that's my brother or sister. But because they don't look like me, he ain't my brother or sister. Yeah, on the surface, it looked like that. But you don't know the background, and many of us don't want to know. Around here, we go deep around here. So I know some people might not be able to withstand this ever. Some people won't be able to withstand this right now. Some of you will catch it later. Some of you will never get this. I'm about to read this. King David says, yeah, JR, it's scriptures where the Most High said, don't waste your time on a foolish person at all. It will cause you to sin. That's why some things they will make you punch them in real life. Then you will be struck by the Most High. But that idol, that's different. Apply pressure. That's law on that. Bring it out. Bammy, I'm sorry, forgive me. These words are so small. Benny, son of the Most High, says, praise be to the Almighty alone. That's right. Praise be to the Almighty alone. We got, I think, Completely Key says, that's right. Bring it out. Good to see you, Completely Key. That's right. Family, like I said, you guys don't have to believe me because I tell you all the time. That's one of the things I tell you. Can't nobody ever tell you, Mr. Real Talk, he's trying to lead people astray. I keep telling y'all, don't believe me. Do your own homework. See, but one of the problems is a lot of us are so used to people telling us, hey, believe me, listen to me. I know. I'm not ever going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you, hear what I'm saying, but don't believe me at all. You better go get your spiritual shovel, your spiritual scuba gear, and start diving. Y'all wait until what I'm about to read y'all out of the Yahweh Bible. It's going to blow your mind, fam. The deception runs wild. Family, that's why we can't agree on nothing, y'all. What I'm about to read to y'all, we pulling up. I'm about to start pulling up continuously to the Garden of Eden, family. It's so much going on in that garden, family. It is so much going on in that garden. I'm telling y'all, we do not know what's really taking place in there. We're going to get a little bit clearer picture tonight. But family, let me read this real quick. Family, if you haven't hit the like button, Hebrew, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hebrews. And like I said, why am I doing this, right? In case anybody doesn't know out there, I love the God of Israel. And I love the Israelites. Even the ones that don't look like niggas. Okay? And look, don't try to misscrew what I'm saying. We know the Hebrews are black, yes. But everybody out there with a brain knows there's always an exception to the rule. So what happens when a Hebrew shows up that's not black? And how can something like that happen? Well, here it is. But see, and I don't even have to read scriptures for you guys to know. I shouldn't have to read scriptures for you to know just because somebody looks away doesn't guarantee 100% that they are who you think they are. That's surface stuff. But do I understand it? Of course I do. But I also understand you need to go deeper because the Most High God hides himself and he hides information. The book of Hosea. The book of Hosea chapter 7, verse 8 and verse 9. Listen to this. This is the 10 tribes. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Verse 9. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yeah, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. Verse 10. And the pride of Israel testifieth to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him from all of this. Do you hear this, Hebrews? And Ephraim ain't the only one that did this. Judah did it too. All 12 tribes did this. Okay? You mixed in with the nations. And it says, strangers have devoured his strength. Who are the strangers? Anybody who's not a physical Israelite is a stranger. You've been mixing in with these people for hundreds and hundreds of years. Do you guys know how many people out there are literally walking the earth and they think that there's something else, and they ain't black neither? They walk in the earth thinking that they're whatever they think, but they are actually bloodline descendants of the Israelites, making them Israelites, but they think that there's something else, the same way me and you used to think that we was black. I'm telling y'all, family, I know this is a hard pill to swallow for most Israelites because most people are not talking about this, and you're trained to not even consider this. I was trained the same thing, but guess what? I'm going back and I'm reviewing everything again. Okay? I'm reviewing everything again. That's why we pulling up on the Garden of Eden tonight. And I advise you to start pulling up and reviewing what you think you know. Okay? Y'all, that's why I'm not hard on you guys for saying what you saying about Melissa Israel. Because I know we've been trained to look at the surface. The only way anybody can say she's not an Israelite because you look, she's white, you say, get her out of here. You're not basing it on anything but skin color. And skin color is not a way to prove somebody's an Israelite. The Most High knows who the Israelites are, and the angels do too. Okay? Nobody can stop that, family. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. Look, I've been there. That's why I'm not beating you guys up. I'm just speaking on it because, family, we're commanded to love our brothers and sisters like we love ourselves. The whole nation of Israel has been cast out. All of us, the niggas, the people who don't look like black people, they've been cast out too, even more. Because now when the seed of Israel is gathering, coming together, when our brothers and sisters who've been mixed in with the nations, when they feel that call in their heart to come back because they got Israelite blood in their veins, even though they don't look black, when they feel that pull and that call to come back and they get rejected by the house of Israel because we know that the Israelites are black. And it's like we forget for the hundreds and hundreds of years we was mixing our seed, y'all. That seed is still out there. Some of those people are going to want to come back. Not a lot of them, but some of them are going to want to come back. I don't know about you guys. I'm not going to be the one to say, you can't come home. I'm not going to do it. I told y'all I got a cousin, one of the blackest niggas in D.C., married what you would call a so-called white girl. I go to the family cookout. I look, I see a backyard full of niggas. And I see one white girl. I'm like, yo, who's this white girl at the family cookout? I said, one of my cousins then got them a white girl. Whole time I went up, no, this is my blood relative. But what did I do? I did like we all do. I made a hasty judgment because I saw a white girl. And I know that Israelites are black. But I saw a white girl. I'm like, who is this? That white girl ran up to me so happy to see me. I've heard so much about you guys. I couldn't wait to meet you. This is my blood cousin, my family. Did I shun her? Absolutely not. I don't care if she looks white. She comes from the sperm, the seed. Y'all, I'm talking to somebody out there right now. But I know a lot of you guys can't really bear that. That's why 7 people watching and only 2 people like this video. And you know I don't care about likes. I just use that as a metric. I know that a lot of you guys on here, you don't like that. And this is something else I noticed. We got a lot of spy ninjas over here. You guys don't say nothing. But a lot of people came out on that y'all only video. A lot of Israelites will only come out when it's something that they disagree with. Which lets you know that they're always there, but they only will come out when it's something that they disagree with. Y'all, we got to stop doing that, y'all. We have to come together, y'all. I'm not going to be the one to shun Israelites because they don't necessarily look like a nigga in the hood. Y'all, we scattered into all nations. Imagine how you would feel trying to come home. And then you show up home and the family be like, man, get out of here. You don't look like me. All your brothers and sisters don't look alike, family. And I know what y'all gonna say. I'm caping for the nations. Look, if y'all want to say that, go ahead. Anybody, y'all know me for real. I don't cape for the nations. I got smoke for the nations. But I also got love for my brothers and sisters who've been scattered into all nations and who've mixed themselves amongst the people. I'm going to read one more verse on that, and then we're going to go into what we really came to talk about. Family, Garden of Eden pull up is serious. Completely key. I got to read that again. That's right. King David says, like Bob Marley, he a pure heathen, dad, full-blooded demon mixed with a Hebrew woman, but Judah accepts him. Yes, they do. Because what? We judge him by the surface. You're absolutely right, King David. This thing is, family, there's nothing that is just as simple and cut and paste and black and white. It's nothing just as simple as it seems, family. That's if you just gonna play around on the surface, then yeah. But we know better than that surface stuff around here. We go deep because we know the Most High hides himself and he hides information. So we can't afford to waste time on the surface. No, we're looking for the Most High. We're going deep. King David says, because his mom, Jean, was stronger and showed the dark skin. Booyah, King David. Yahuwah lives says, hi, family. Good to see you, Yahuwah lives. All praises. Natea says, greetings, everyone. Greetings to you, Natea. J.R. Meadow says, thumbs up, people. Y'all hit that likes button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, Hebrew. This is a serious one I'm about to read to y'all out Genesis, family. When I read this to y'all, this is going to give you guys a better understanding of why we can't agree on nothing, y'all. Y'all, every time you learn and you get answers to questions, more questions pop up. I guarantee you, after I read what I'm about to read to you about in the Garden of Eden from the Yahweh Bible, I guarantee you when you go to sleep tonight, you're going to be questioning some things. I promise you. J.R. Meadow says, Natea 100. Natea says, greetings, J.R. I pray all is well with you. Every one of you in here on this live, I pray all is well with you. I pray all of you are chasing after the Most High. Lean on him totally, wholly. Don't lean on nobody else. Don't believe nothing I say. Because look, I tell y'all all the time, what if I'm just like your pastor? What if I'm just like your pastor? What if I'm like one of these Hebrew camp leaders or something? Or whoever is the top dog or supposed to be somebody? What if I'm like that person, trying to take advantage of people, doing all that kind of stuff? That's why you're not supposed to believe me. Hear what I'm saying, right? That should inspire you to go checking and diving for yourself, especially after what I'm about to read to y'all. But I had to tap on this thing, right? Because look, I'm the defender of the Hebrew Israelites, y'all. I was talking to somebody today. You know what they told me? Whenever I start talking about the Israelites, I see you get defensive. I said, yeah, I do. Because I'm going to defend the nation of Israel as I'm willing to ride this out as far as this is going to go. And when I say as far as this is going to go, I mean all the way. I ain't just talking. I ain't just playing. I got nothing but love for every single Hebrew Israelite. All of you niggas that's on here on this live, you Hebrew Israelites, I got nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. Out of town, out of country, I don't care. Even the ones that don't necessarily look like Negroes, guess what? If you a brew, I got nothing but love for you. And I'm not going to shun you. Because I know what somebody going to say. Well, you going to accept all nations? Yeah, right. One thing about being a Most High only Hebrew, the Most High put the spirit on us. We can feel people's spirit. You think we can't? Maybe a lot of you guys can't because you're staying on the surface. If you want to get the secrets, if you want to get the treasures, the hidden things that the Most High is hiding, you got to put on your spiritual scuba gear and start diving. Right now, I told y'all on this channel, what we are in the process of doing is nose diving into the rabbit hole of truth. We ain't walking. It ain't no stairs. It ain't no stairs. When you this deep as we are over here on this channel in the rabbit hole of truth, we left the stairs a long time ago. There are no more stairs. We're too deep in the rabbit hole. We're literally nose diving. And anybody that's still here on this channel, clearly you're nose diving into the rabbit hole of truth. And obviously you're not afraid of what you find. You know we've been lied to. You know the Torah has been heavily edited. You know there's more than meets the eye to all things. And if you don't, I promise you, after I read what I'm about to read out of the Yahweh Bible about the serpent in the Garden of Eden, I promise you, everybody on this live, you're going to go to sleep tonight with some thoughts in your brain. I promise you. Let me read this one last verse. Anybody on here? Let me see. I want you guys to turn with me, or you can just listen, or you can turn with me to the book of Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21. Okay? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, we're going to start at verse 10. Listen to this, Hebrew. Now, somebody going to say, oh, he's taking this out of context. I'm reading this verse to let you know there are exceptions to every rule. Not taking nothing out of context. I'm going to read about exceptions to the rule because we know we're not to join the other nations. We're not to cleave to them or mix with them, right? Right? Listen to this. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10. This is one of those exceptions. Not right now, but whenever this is going on. And this will happen again. But the fact that what I'm getting ready to read to you already happened means it already happened. Means I'm about to read to you another time that the seed of Israel mixed. Listen to this, Hebrew. Especially for all you know-it-alls out there. Not you sincere brews, because I understand if you sincere, you know we're not supposed to gather with the heathen. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about, you guys know who you are out there. Whoever you are, wherever you are. If this applies to you, you'll know it, you'll feel it. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies. Now, this is in the Torah, speaking to the Israelites. When we go to war with the other nations, and the Lord thy God have delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive. Okay. Verse 11, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Hold up, what? What? What did that say? That couldn't have said that. No way. We're not supposed to be mixing with the other nations. You can't mix with the other nations. The seed will be lost, right? Right? Deuteronomy chapter 21. Now look, are we going to war with our enemies right now? No, we're in captivity. But this has already happened once before, and it's going to happen again. The fact that it happened once means what? When we took our enemies captive in the days of old for a small season, if we saw their women that we wanted, we took them and what? Wifed them. And did what? Had sex with them and children. Guess what? Are those children going to be rejected when God himself told you when you go to war against your enemies and after you take them captive, if you see a beautiful woman from another nation who you've taken captive, you want to take her for a wife? Go right ahead. But I thought the seed would be lost. You see that? Imagine how many Israelites are roaming the earth all the way back from this time right here when we went to war with the nations, put them in captivity. But y'all know we didn't last that long, but this did go on for a season. And when it was going on, we was taking women and putting our seed in whoever we conquered. Think about that. Those people are still out there wherever they are. They might look like the other nations that we conquered. We saw a beautiful woman. Yep, I'll take her. And guess what? And when you take her, God told you you can take her. You think he's going to abandon your seed? Absolutely not. Why am I reading that? To make you think. Hebrew, you got to go deep. I hope somebody was edified by that. I hope that opens up somebody's eyes out there to at least get you digging or to consider what I'm talking about. Not what I'm talking about, what the scriptures are talking about. I'm going to read it again. Deuteronomy 21, verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord thy God have delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives, aka the Gentiles, the heathens that you just put them in captivity, and see among the captives a beautiful woman, and has desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Verse 12, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and shalt shave her head and pare her nails. Basically, you're taking her, wifing up a woman from the other nations, having kids with them. The Most High is not going to reject those children. Family, I hope somebody goes out and does research. Read this, what I'm reading to you right now. Really chew on what I'm reading to you right now. Is this happening right now? Of course not. You're the one in captivity. But has this already happened before? Yes. When we were on top, it was a small season, but it did happen. King David, ring a bell. People knew not to play with the Israelites when King David was around. That's when this was going on. You think this wasn't going on during there? You think this wasn't going on when we was kicking tail coming out of Egypt? Imagine how many people are walking the earth. They have no idea they're Israelites, and they're not just black people. A lot of them are, but some of them are not. Y'all have to understand this, or you don't. You can just keep on saying, I'm making this up, I'm making this up. Well, you just rejecting everything I just read. You're not rejecting me, so I'm not taking it personal. I'm just putting it out there because somebody might say, you don't have to explain this, but you know what? I want to explain because I want the children of Israel to know what I'm doing, to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. There's nothing wicked about what I'm doing at all. I haven't broken any laws. J.R. Meadows says, ditto fam, 100. King David says, facts. We know who ain't that slow like them. Roughnecks making videos, they the 12. We know damn well they ain't. Let's be serious, laugh out loud. Playing them fast one, we come in different shades. Yeah, you right, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. King David says, nowadays they come on their own will. But nope. Until the Most High clean everything up, I don't want to hang on, be around buddy, only around a default at work. When we powered up, that's different. They can't touch us, and we wish they would. Raise a finger, they getting that work. That's right. Bring it out, King David. King David, you always in the spirit, brother. May the Most High bless you. May the Most High bless all of you that's on here right now. Now check this out. This is what I'm getting ready to read. I'm only going to read like 2 verses. I'm going to read it in the King James Bible. And then I'm going to read the same thing in the Yahweh Bible. Y'all, this is going to flip your lid when you see what's going on in the Garden of Eden, y'all. Turn with me, family, to the book of Genesis. This is the main point. This is the real point in this video. Everything else was the stuff I had to touch on to clear it up for anybody out there. Why I'm not, as I guess a lot of people want me to, viciously reject and repel Melissa Israel. I'm not going to do that. Because I understand all of the 12 tribes, not just the 10 tribes, like we read in Hosea. Judah did it too. All 12 tribes have been mixing for hundreds of years, whether through slavery, whether through voluntarily, whether through Deuteronomy chapter 21, we went to war with the other nations, took them captive, saw a beautiful woman, of a beautiful Moabite woman, and said, you know what, I'll take her for my wife. Had multiple kids with her, had only Most High knows how many kids we had with the other nations. And these other nations are running around in the world thinking that there's something else. Whole time, they're the seed. the sperm of Israel. And they don't all look black because sometimes the nations we were taking down, they were not black. We took their women too. Family, I'm telling y'all, this is deep. I know it's a painful thing for a lot of Hebrews to accept this, family. You're going to have to accept it. Not because I say so, but because it is so. All right? Now, here we go. Watch this. I'm telling y'all, when I read this, oh my gosh, when I read this, and guess what? Y'all really gonna be mad at this. Y'all really gonna be mad at this. Guess who brought this to me? Guess who brought this to my attention? Y'all gonna be mad at this one. Guess who brought this to my attention, family? Melissa Israel pointed this out to me. I didn't see this. I didn't see this. But boy, am I glad I do see it now. You're going to be glad I'm getting ready to read this to you. This is no doubt what I'm getting ready to read. It's going to make you have a lot of questions, but it's also going to answer some things. It's going to get the wheels in your mind. It's going to start churning. Watch this. Watch this, fam. Watch this. I cannot believe what I'm reading. Look at this. Genesis chapter 3, family, write this down. Listen to this. If you ain't gonna write this down, listen to this. And then I'm gonna let y'all go and have a good night. Fam, Genesis chapter 3. I still can't believe this, y'all. I thank the Most High. I thank the Most High for the nation of Israel. I thank the Most High that even though we argue amongst ourselves a lot, I know sometimes it's malicious. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's just out of spite. But a lot of times it's just because a lot of us, we actually do want the truth. And there's been so much done to hide what's real that it causes us amongst each other to have problems and dissension where it appears that we're the problem and maybe a small part of it is us, but a larger part of the problem is we've been deceived. When I say we, I'm talking all nations. The Israelite, the Gentiles, the heathens, we've all been deceived, y'all. What's going on in the Garden of Eden is more than any of us could understand or imagine. But enough of me running my big black mouth. Listen to this. Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. I'm going to read it in the King James Version. Listen to this. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Y'all heard that? Now watch this. We've heard that Genesis 3 and 14 numerous times. Family, watch this. We reading out of the Yahweh Bible, the Bible that one of the Bibles that they hid. They scrubbed out this name at least 5,000 times in the Old Testament. Listen to how Genesis 3 and 14 reads in the Yahweh Bible. Family, listen to this. So Yahweh said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are bitterly cursed. I established you over all living things, and I established you over all flesh on the ground. But your ability to bring forth life from the dust will be taken away. You will go to your punishment, and you will be destroyed on that day by Yahweh who lives forever. Family, did y'all hear how that just read in the Yahweh Bible? Of course I'm going to read that again. But I want to know, did anybody hear that? Did that make your ears tingle? Did you hear what I just read? I'm going to read that again. Genesis 3 and 14. We coming out of this right here, y'all. Listen to this. Genesis 3 and 14. So Yahweh said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are bitterly cursed. Bitterly cursed. I established you over all living things. Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? I established you over all living things, and what did it say? Hold up. And I established you over all flesh on the ground. Hold up, family. Family, did y'all hear that? Family. Did you are y'all hearing the words? I gotta take it from the top again. Please, family, listen to the words. Look, this is what I'm reading out of, y'all. This is what I'm reading out of the Yahweh Bible. Genesis chapter 3:14. So Yahweh said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are bitterly cursed. I established you over all living things. Do y'all hear that? This is saying the Most High Yahweh said he established the serpent over all living things. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? And I established you over all flesh on the ground. Did you hear that? He established the serpent over all flesh on the ground. Benny, son of the Most High, says, can you show us? Here it is right here. I don't know if you guys can... I don't know what you guys can see. I'm not sure. Let me see. This is where we at right here. See where my fingers at right there? Y'all can see this. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna try to give y'all a chance to look. I can't see what y'all saying, but I hope that y'all can see this. Trying to let y'all see. Hope y'all can see. But do y'all hear the words that are coming out of this book? And I established you over all living things, and I established you over all flesh on the ground. Isn't man flesh on the ground? This is saying, Yahweh is saying he established the serpent over all flesh on the ground. Me and you are flesh on the ground. This right here is saying that the serpent is over all flesh on the ground. Family, do y'all hear how this is reading? Listen to this. I'm not done. Listen to this. But listen to this. But your ability to bring forth life from the dust will be taken away. So you telling me that this thing had the ability to bring forth life from the dust, but it says Yahweh says he took that away. How many of us knew that the serpent had the ability to create life from the dust? Family, do y'all hear? Is there anybody out there who hears how this is reading over here? This is the far cry from Genesis 3 and 14 that we know in the KJV that's obviously been heavily edited. We didn't know that Yahweh put the serpent over all flesh on the ground. Me and you guys are flesh on the ground. This is saying that Yahweh put the serpent over all flesh on the ground. It didn't say some, it said all. Family, can you receive this? This is here. I didn't write this, family. Do y'all see this? Do y'all, hey family, you will listen to this. I'm still not done. Genesis 3 and 14 is a very long verse. This is still one verse. I'm not done. Family, do y'all see this? And guess, I'm going to say it again. Guess who brought this to me? Who showed this to me? And I got the Yahweh Bible. Melissa Yisrael pointed this out to me. The one who a lot of Israelites want me to viciously reject her and dismiss her. A lot of people are hard on her, saying she ain't no Hebrew. Look, you guys can say whatever you want. That's who brought this out right here. Okay? Family. And at the end of the day, doesn't matter who bring it out. Well, you guys should be concerned. And look, I'm still not finished. Let me finish this verse. I'm still not finished. Listen how this verse ends. And you will be destroyed on the day, on that day by Yahweh, who lives forever. Do y'all hear this? This ain't talking about no regular snake that slides around. No. Do y'all hear? I'm going to read this verse again from the top. I'm talking to somebody out there. Somebody out there, the wheels in your mind are turning. They better be. If the wheels in your mind are not turning after hearing this, you must be brain dead. Listen to this, Hebrew. I was shocked when I read this. You guys know hardly nobody on planet Earth will ever read this, Hebrew. The Yahweh Bible. Listen to this again. Taking it from the top, I'm going to read it straight through. I want y'all to catch this. Genesis 3:14. So Yahweh said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are bitterly cursed. I established you over all living things. Hey, y'all, hold up, y'all. He's not even just saying over all flesh on the ground. The verse starts off saying Yahweh established the serpent over all living things. Family, I want to know what you going to do with that. What are you going to do with that right there? He established the serpent over all living things. Hey, family, don't tell me this is no regular snake. Family, do y'all hear this? Hazelwood says flesh is talking about earthly material things. That's the first part, right? I'm gonna take a verse from the top again and read it straight through, family. So Yahweh said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are bitterly cursed. I established you over all living things, and I established you over all flesh. On the ground. But but your ability to bring forth life from the dust will be taken away. Then guess what, family? You ask 10 different people. I know a lot of people have never heard this verse before out of the Yahweh Bible. You ask 10 different people, what does that mean? His ability to create life out of the dust will be taken away. Hazelwood says it has nothing to do with the children of Israel who are of the spirit. That's a heavy one right there if you guys can receive that. I want you guys to ask yourself, what does that mean? Your ability to create life out of the dust. So you telling me this serpent he had at one time power to create life out of the dust. Don't try to tell me that that's a snake slithering around having babies, because the scripture I just read says your power to create life out of the dust will be taken away. Snakes that slide on the ground still have babies. So their power to create life is not taken away. But this serpent right here has the power to create life, or he had the power to create life out of the dust. How come they don't teach you that at church? How come the Hebrew Messianic camps are not teaching you that? Family, you will go to your punishment and you will be destroyed on that day. What day? When the Most High shows up. By Yahweh, who lives forever. Hazelwood says, remember these were other nations outside the garden? Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people have no idea that there are other nations outside the garden, and you're forbidden to even think along those lines, talk along those lines, look into any of those lines, because the powers that be want to keep you strict in what they're teaching you. Deception. You guys, think about this. Ever since the serpent has showed up, it's been nothing but deception. You ask 10 different Hebrews, or Gentile. Ask 100 different Hebrews, 100 different Gentiles, who and what is the serpent? I guarantee you'll get 100 different responses. And guess what? Every one of those 100 people are going to say that their response is right. How you going to know which one is right? I'm going to tell you how you're going to know. Here's how you're going to know. You got to put things in perspective. First things first, fear the Most High and Him alone. Keep His commandments, and the Most High will give you wisdom. That's how you're going to know. Because without wisdom, you're going to get taken for a loop. All of us are going to get taken for a loop. Many of us have been in a loop our whole life. And it's still a lot more pulling up to the Garden of Eden story we got to do concerning all things. Because if that's when the world first began to hear from the Most High, according to the Torah, the God that was in the Garden of Eden, who created Adam, it's a lot of things going on in there. Okay, you got the first human sacrifice that happens, of course, after they get kicked out of the garden. It's so many pieces that are missing. And even if you do find a piece over here, piece over there, that's the pieces that we found. You best believe we ain't finding all the pieces. You in captivity. You ain't supposed to find all the pieces. And some of those pieces out there are physical, like in the form of books. But some of those pieces out there are spiritual. It ain't in no book. Can't nobody teach you. Can't nobody show you. The Most High is going to have to show you Himself when He deals with you. Let me pull up some. Y'all go back. I'm going to read all these comments. Benny, son of the Most High, says, wow. King David says, this my first time. That's crazy. Yes. Hazelwood says, flesh is talking about earthly, material things. Hazelwood says, it has nothing to do with the children of Israel who are of the Spirit. Hazelwood says, remember there were other nations outside the garden. That may come as a shock to many of you out there. And it's because of all these religions, all these camps, family. Don't read this, don't read that, don't look here, don't look there. It's nearly impossible to find, family. You're going to have to worship the Most High, Him alone, keep the commandments, and He will give you wisdom, family. That's how you're going to know. King David says that goes what Osays last time didn't even know it, but show it, why some just can't and will not accept the Most High because they Lucifer seed. Exactly. And the ones that do was the Most High. He is waiting on possibilities. Yes. Hazelwood says JC is the serpent. Ding, 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 ding. Family, can you guys receive that? Did you hear what Hazelwood says? Is there any of you out there that can receive this? She says the J-Man, y'all know Christ, Yeshua, Yahweh, the so-called Black Messiah. Hazelwood says JC is the serpent / cherub that was in the garden, yet another false name given to him, so we don't know who his name really is. Hazelwoods, shout out to you, Hazelwoods. Shout out to all of y'all on here. Because you know what? Y'all are some diggers. And I'm telling you, I love all the Hebrew Israelites, even the ones that don't like me, even if you hate me. Guess what? If you're a Hebrew Israelite, I still love you. I don't care if you hate me. I love you. And I hope that one day you will lose your hatred for me and fall in line, not with me, but fall in line with loving your brother. Just because we don't agree on all things, come on, y'all. Completely Key says, speak, Hazel. That's right. Shout out to Sister Hazel Woods. And you know what, Sister Hazel Woods, when we, this weekend, when we was having that Most High only gathering, definitely thought about you, and it would have been a pleasure for you to be there. And matter of fact, any of you Hebrews that's on here, Hazel Woods says, read Ezekiel 28, 14 through 17. Got it. We gonna read it. Any of you Hebrews that's on here, whether you're on this live, Whether you watch on the playback, when this video uploads, y'all can drop where y'all from if y'all want to do this, right? I'm trying to gather with the Hebrews. I don't care where you guys are at. I want to gather with the Hebrews because it ain't nothing like being around Hebrew Israelites who know that they're Hebrew Israelites and who actively try their best to live the life of a godly Hebrew Israelite. It's nothing like it. That's what we need. Gather ourselves together, O nation not desired. We are not desired by anybody, y'all. We all we got. We must gather together. And yeah, just like regular families, like with a mother, father, sister, brother, cousins, we argue, y'all, because that's what family do. We argue. Sometimes we bicker and fuss. But guess what? If somebody else try to play with us, we get busy. And check this out. This goes for any of you Israelites out there watching this on this live or the playback. Whether we may have had disagreements, whether we would have had verbal skirmishes or whatever, guess what? If it was time for it to go down and it was time for smoke, guess what? I got all of y'all back. If you a Hebrew Israelite, if you on this channel, if you worship the Most High and Him alone, when it's time to get busy out here, I got your back. And I ain't talking no talk. This ain't just talk. I got blood invested in this. I got heart invested into this. You guys are my heart, whether you know it or not. I love y'all and I will go all out. Like I said, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. But if you don't know, I pray to the Most High that you won't ever have to find out just how far I'm willing to go for a Hebrew Israelite out there, whether that's a man, a woman, a boy, or a child. I'm all in when it comes to the nation of Israel. I'm 10 toes in. And when it's time to get busy, your brother gonna be right there getting busy. And if you don't know what getting busy mean, I don't know where you from. I'm from the DMV. Getting busy is self-explanatory. I comes through for mine. I'm all about family. I'm all about family. And the Hebrew Israelites, we family. That's one thing I felt, family, and I want all of us to feel that. I only got a small taste of it. We got a small taste of it. This weekend, it was just us four. But guess what, family? The love, the camaraderie, and guess what? We all understand. All of us don't have to agree on everything, but there are certain things we must agree on. You better worship the Most High and Him only, serve Him only, and keep the commandments. Everything else we can talk about. But we can't talk about worshiping another God, and we can't talk about the commandments being done away with. Anything outside of that, we can talk about. Now I'm about to get this scripture. Then I'm going to let y'all brews go. Because y'all know me, I'll be on here all night, even though I got to get up in a little bit. I'm crazy like that when it comes to y'all brews. If y'all didn't know, I think y'all know though. Y'all know I love y'all, right? Y'all know I love y'all, right? Y'all better know. You better. You better know your brother love you. Let me see. Read Ezekiel 28, 14 and 17. Let me get it. Let me get it. Ezekiel 28. Hebrews, if you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Ezekiel 28, 14 through 17. And it reads, Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Verse 15, Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. Verse 17, Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. Yep, the brightness, son of the morning. I will cast thee to the ground. Yep, I will lay thee before kings that they may behold thee. Family, I hope that you guys can receive that, but I do understand many people, you just could not fathom. You just cannot fathom that the beloved JC, the one who you believe with your heart of hearts is the only begotten Son of God, you guys you can't understand that he's Lucifer. You can't understand that he's the serpent. You can't understand. He is at the root. He's the blood God. You know what? I'm definitely starting to think now, all of those times in the Torah where it wickedly tells you to blood sacrifice animals, that's JC doing that, y'all. That's JC doing that, y'all. Let me read these comments, y'all. Benny, son of the Most High, says he's in Indiana. King David says, yes, he fake that character, but that dude is Lucifer, who is here at the most, calling of all the shots over the Freemason and the president. He make them do what they do. It's deep. Yes, King David. King David says 33 is not the highest. They up to 666. Their demonic verse code talk, even though the Most High never mentioned 666, but it's the way above the elites who is beyond evil. Facts. Hazelwood says at King David, it's a duality. Bruce Wayne, Batman. You know what? It's so funny, y'all, because y'all are saying this, right? But back when I didn't see this, I would have been like, no way. This is blasphemy. This is the only begotten Son of God. How dare you blaspheme? But once you see it, once you see certain things, you can't unsee this, y'all. And you guys will never be able to put the pieces together. JC is actually the one behind the whole thing since the old days, causing all of this hell on planet Earth, wanting to be like the Most High, trying to get people to worship him. JC is the reason half the Torah is going one way, the other half's going that way. Hey, y'all, this is deep, y'all. It's a lot of slick talk, double talk, two-headed talk going on. That's why you got to go deep sea diving to figure out who's who. It's heavy, y'all. Hazelwood says JC has so many identities. Yes, he does. Hazelwood says read Revelation 12 and 9. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this dude, he got more identity. He's a straight up identity thief, y'all. In case you didn't know. He loves stealing identities, y'all. Revelation 12. Okay, Revelation 12 and 9. Listen to this. And the great dragon was cast out. Do y'all hear this? Do y'all, family, y'all ain't ready for this. And the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent. You know why it's calling it old? Because he been around forever, since the Garden of Eden. Hey, fam, I hope y'all can smell this. And no, I'm sorry. And there was, no. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil. Do y'all see that? Your so-called black messiah, or JC, is the devil. Y'all ain't ready for this. And Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. But you notice JC tries to blame everything on Satan or the devil, not letting you know it's double talk. This is him that was falling from heaven that got threw down, but he's telling you it was somebody else. He's switching back and forth. He's an identity thief, just like his people like to steal everybody's identity. Family, I can't make this up. I'm going to read some of these comments, family, then I'm going to let you guys go. I hope somebody has gotten something from this video, fam. Hazelwood says, read Revelation 12 and 9. Read it. It says it goes with that verse. Yes, it does. King David says they don't want the truth brought out. A book where the Most High says, that's my son, that's Lucifer. But they say don't read other books. He knew the New Testament before. Can't on us. He warned beforehand. And they say Torah is the be-all, end-all. Yup. Hazelwood says Satan is innocent. Facts. Do y'all see, family, do y'all see how deep this rabbit hole goes? Do you guys see how deep this rabbit hole goes, family? I hope somebody out there is catching this. Benny says, Son of the Most High says, quick question. Do that Bible have the New Testament in it? Yes, it does. But of course, I shun that because we know the New Testament is all about human sacrifice, the blood god, aka Lucifer, aka the serpent. Whatever you guys want to call JC, the New Testament is a dedication to the new God. Yes, but you know what? And that's funny. Even though they're breaking out truth with this, they still gotta slide the lies in there. Y'all see that? Lots of truth right here. So they do mix truth with lies. There's truth in the front of this book, even some truth in the back. They can't give you all lies because then it'll be too easy to recognize. They gotta sprinkle some truth in there. So even though this book is groundbreaking, they still had to throw the stumbling block in there just to see if you're gonna bite. Y'all see that? This thing is deep, y'all. This thing is deep. Telling you that what we read out of the Yahweh Bible, the serpent at one time had power to create life from the dust. Is that the serpent seed? You try telling Christians and Messianic that the serpent has a literal seed. After we just read out of that Yahweh Bible, and you see the serpent at one time had power to create out of the dust. But that power was taken away. The King James don't tell you that. Y'all see how the King James try to water that thing down? Family, I'm getting ready to go. I got captivity in a few hours, y'all. Family, I had to bring this up. This is not the last at all. This is probably just one of many pull-ups that we're going to be doing to the Garden of Eden because it's a lot to uncover. From idolatry to witchcraft to demon activity to diet. Oh, it's tons of stuff to cover in the Garden of Eden. And we need to rethink everything we've been told. How many of you guys out there knew the true identity of JC? And that's who we've been following, drinking his blood, y'all. Eating his body. Sickos. JC turns us all into sickos. But like I said, family, I'm tired as all get out. Hazelwood says Ezekiel 31, 3 through 9 talks about him too. King David says attached to people who took it when the spiritual realm cracked. Ouch. That's going to be painful. And you know what, Hazelwoods? We're going to go there. We're going to read this one last jump, then I'm going to let y'all go. Because some of us got to go to captivity tonight. Some got to go in a few hours, like myself. I am drop dead tired too, by the way, family. But guess what? I ain't never too tired to come on here and share with my brothers and my sisters. Because this is what's going to heal us right here. And I'm all about healing, y'all. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, connectively. I'm trying to heal with my brothers and sisters. All of us need it. Every last one of us need this healing, family. Ezekiel 31, 3 through 9. Ezekiel 31, 3 through 9. Behold, the Assyrian. Oh, Ezekiel 31, 3 through 9. You did say that, right? Ezekiel 31, 3 through 9. Here we go. Ezekiel 31, 3 through 9. Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon with fair branches and with a shadowing shroud and of a high stature, and his top was among the thick boughs. Verse 4. The waters made him great. The deep set him up on high with her rivers, running round about his plants, and sent out their little rivers unto all the trees of the field. Verse 5. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his boughs were multiplied, and his branches became long because of the multitude of waters. when he shot forth. Verse 6, all the fowls of heaven made their rest in his boughs, and under his branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young, and under his shadow dwell all great nations. Verse 7, thus was he fair in his greatness. Hey, Hazelwood, shout out to you, Hazelwoods. In the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters. Verse 8, the cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. Do y'all hear this? The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like unto him in his beauty. Family, do y'all hear this? Verse 9, I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of God envied him. Y'all, sounds like it's related to that verse that sin came into the world through envy of the devil. Y'all hear it? Hey, y'all. This is why we like to go live, y'all. So we all can chime in and we all can connect the dots and learn together. Hazelwood, shout out to you. Shout out to every single Hebrew in here. Shout out to Hebrews who be posting scriptures, asking questions, making comments. Shout out to all of y'all on the live and the playback. I love all of y'all. Y'all help me so much. I love y'all so much, y'all. J.R. Meadows says, read, sir, strong content. Hazelwood says, I'm sending you a screenshot to go with that scripture. Good looking, Hazelwoods. All of you guys are so special to me. I pray for everybody on this channel who worships the Most High and him only, that he forgives us all for all our sins, that he lets us in the kingdom, that he has mercy on us and preserves us all. I do, family. I love y'all. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. If you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. Share this video with somebody. If you're not subscribed to the channel, Hebrew, subscribe to the channel. And on that note, Hebrew, I will say Tav X. I will see all of you later. Much love, Hebrews. Peace.